PSG leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, he'll place it inside. Great tackle, but oh, he's finished off by Jenny. Enter good from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the...
Hello community, welcome back to another Barcelona match review. Barcelona lose to Real Madrid 4-0. Well, that's Copa del Rey journey over and now it's time to focus on La Liga. But this was a hard loss, man. Like, honestly, I was a little bit optimistic because the win that we had against Real Madrid, the El Clasico in League, the 2-1 victory, we almost had the same caliber of players in that match. But there were two players that weren't available in this match, which were Christensen and Frenkie, and they were big misses. These two players were such big misses in this match, honestly, and it's so sad. Of course, we're quite unlucky with injuries. At crucial moments, we lose our important players, just like it happened in Europa League, it happened in Copa del Rey, it happened in Champions League as well. Champions League, we were playing against, Inter Milan with Piqué as one of our centre backs. So, Piqué and Eric Garcia actually are back line. So, yeah, we are quite unlucky. We were quite unlucky and we are quite unlucky in this season with injuries, lost players at crucial times. But hey, that's football. We have to do something about it and we could not, unfortunately, in this game. Fair play to Ancelotti and of course Real Madrid. Ancelotti really found the formula to beat Barcelona in this match. He said in the press conference, we will beat Barcelona, we will win tomorrow. And indeed, he did. Fair play to him. But yeah, there was one big mistake that Xavi did, and there was one good, not mistake I would say, but like solution found by Ancelotti, which really worked for him in this match, which we will talk about both of them in this review. So let's talk about the match review. And let's begin with the starting 11. Shoutouts to Plus Barca for the 11. Ter Stegen in goal. Our backline Balde, Alonso, Koundé, Araujo. Midfield 3, Kessie, Busquets, Roberto. And our front 3, Gavi on the left, Rafinha on the right, and Lewandowski up top. So from this 11, there were two changes. Kessie started instead of Frenkie de Jong. And of course, Alonso started instead of Christensen. Both were injured, unfortunately. So this was the starting 11. But talking about that first half, and that first half was good from Barcelona. Honestly, the scoreline may seem it like Real Madrid dominated. Well, they did in the second half, but when talking about the first half, it was kind of the opposite. Barcelona in first half did well. They had 59% possession. Real Madrid had 41%. We had a lot of the ball. We created lots of opportunities as well. Like most of the times you would see Barcelona having possession, not being able to create chances, but we indeed did in this match. We had so many opportunities in that first half. In beginning itself, we had one where like Gavi passed the ball towards Balde. Then Balde gave a nice cut back inside to Rafinha, but there was a last ditch tackle from I think Alaba or Militao. And then there was many other opportunities as well where I think it was once they were like Gavi won the ball and then he passed towards Rafinha. Rafinha then gave to Lewandowski, but shot was blocked. There was another one in I think almost towards the end of the first half where Balde gave a very good cross towards I think it was Lewandowski, and Lewandowski shot it, but unfortunately it got saved by Courtois. There was another one. Like I'm telling you, we had opportunities, fam. Like honestly, there's so many opportunities we had in this first half. It's just unfortunate we weren't clinical enough. There was one like where Balde gave a cross from the left hand side. There was like a bit connection between Gavi and Balde. Balde gave like the cross towards Gavi. Gavi then passed towards Roberto. Roberto shot but saved by Courtois, and then nothing happened after that chance. So there were a couple of opportunities. We were not lacking opportunities, but the thing was that those opportunities weren't clear cut, and some props of it goes to Real Madrid's defense, because some of those opportunities, like I mentioned, like the first one, the very big one, which was of Rafinha, it was last ditch tackle was given by Alaba or Militao. So fair play on that, and not only that, I think like the chance towards the end of the first half where Lewandowski got like a cross from Balde, but then saved by Courtois. There was a little bit of distraction from behind. I think it was by Camavinga or probably Alaba. So that could not, allow Lewandowski to shoot properly. So chances like these were kind of neutralized a little bit by Madrid's defense, which was really good. And Barcelona, they could not really create clear-cut chances. But when talking about Real Madrid, it was kind of the same situation. Like, they went with the counter-attack play. Normally, you would see Real Madrid, playing in possession, the quick football, like Camavinga having the ball, he would pass towards Modric, and Modric will quickly pass towards like Fede, and then Fede would give like a long ball towards Rodrigo or something. Like, usually that's like fast-paced football from Real Madrid, and they do pretty good on that. But I think Ancelotti knew that with Marcos Alonso in back, with the high line that we were playing, usually we will always be stuck in situations of two defenders at the back, like Araujo and Koundé, because Alonso is slow, and of course Balde is usually involved in attack, so he wouldn't quickly track back easily. He wouldn't track back that quickly. So usually we would end up situations in either 2 players or 3 players. So what Madrid did was they created superiority in terms of counterattacks. Rodrigo, Vinicius, Benzema, these were the 3 players mostly involved in the counterattacks, and there were a couple of opportunities for them in that first half. Like, there was one, I think, where Rodrigo gave like a cross towards Vinicius, and then Araujo gave a very good interception, which did not allow the goal to happen. It was a very big opportunity. It was like the Champions League final deja vu, instead of Fede, it was actually Rodrigo who gave that cross to Vinicius. And there was another one, which I think it was Fede who gave a very good ball towards Rodrigo, or I think it was Carvajal who gave that cross, and Rodrigo couldn't capitalize on it. And there's a couple of opportunities for Real Madrid, but I think I would say, like, other than like two or three big chances that Madrid had, Barcelona had more couple of opportunities. It's just that they weren't clinical enough. There was actually one I remember where Rafinha also got a header in. I think there was like a cross from, it was Balde, I think. Like, Balde had a couple of opportunities created for Barcelona, and unfortunately we just couldn't capitalize on it. And of course, while we weren't clinical enough, Real Madrid were clinical to score the goal, and they just did a perfect counter-attack and scored the first goal of the match around the 45th minute, I think. This all started from Barcelona's chance. Barcelona were in mode to create a chance. So, like, there was, I think it was Gavi who gave like the pass to Balde, and then Balde gave a very nice cross. Like, Balde gave such good crosses. Honestly, they were really almost pinpoint. And this one was really good for Lewandowski. Lewandowski then shot, Courtois saved. Then there was a counter-attack from Rodrigo. Rodrigo beats, I think it was Koundé, I think. Koundé was where, or I think it was Busquets, one of those players. Then after that, Rodrigo gave it towards Vinicius. Vinicius gave a run inside. He cut in, and then he passed towards Benzema. Then afterwards, Benzema shot it. I think it was Koundé who gave the last ditch tackle, but then after that Benzema once again came back and shot it in. But the goal went to Vinicius because, of course, the ball was on the goal line and it just crossed the goal line with, of course, Vinicius having the last kick. So just like that, Real Madrid scored the first goal, score being 1-0 to Real Madrid, 1-1 on aggregate, and that's just how first half ends for Barcelona. Let's talk about the second half, where things went worse for Barcelona. So once again, Barcelona, they opened up with a little bit of opportunities in this half, but of course we were locked in with another goal from Real Madrid, and this started from the right hand side. I think it was Militao who gave the pass towards Modric. Alonso, or I think it was not Alonso but Roberto, who couldn't keep up with Modric. Modric just completely went away from him. Then he passed towards Benzema, and this was a very good run from Rodrigo. Rodrigo actually did a very good run. He took, I think it was Koundé with him. So he already had Koundé running behind him, and then as Benzema cut it to the left, Koundé slipped up because, of course, just force, friction, whatever that shit, and he hit it in the bottom left corner, making score being 2-0 to Real Madrid. So 2-1 on aggregate being the score. And yeah, it was a very good run from Rodrigo. Of course, Modric did well in terms of keeping that opportunity for Benzema. Rodrigo did his job in terms of opening the space for Benzema to shoot it in. And yeah, 2-1 to Real Madrid. But things go much more worse as a third goal also come in. And this was a penalty where Kessie did an awful challenge. And it was a challenge over Vinicius. Vinicius got the penalty. Benzema shot it in, bottom right, makes it 3-1 in aggregate and 3-0 to Real Madrid. And then, just to make things much worse, we had some, after the third goal, we had some more opportunities being created. I think there was one when Ferran Torres came on. So Ferran Torres had a very bad touch inside the box, and then he gave like a cross or something, which Balde shot it, but then of course nothing much else happened. So Ferran Torres, and Ansu Fati came on after that third goal, and Ferran Torres did bring some change. Like, he was having a little bit good link-ups with Conde and with Gavi, and he was trying to be somewhat threatening, giving some little bit good crosses and stuff. But it wasn't just good enough. Like, Madrid's defense did well. Courtois was brilliant. And Ferran Torres, the chance, like I mentioned, his touches were a little bit bad. And things weren't going well. And already the fourth goal was in destiny for Real Madrid. And this one, also, just a counter-attack brilliance from Real Madrid. Vinicius turned Koundé. He turned around Koundé, and then Vinicius just ran. He had lots of space. There were only two defenders, Eric Garcia and I think Koundé. Eric Garcia lunged on towards Vinicius. He tried to give a challenge to him. Vinicius gave a very nice through ball to Benzema. Benzema chipped. Ter Stegen made it 4-0 to Real Madrid. 4-1 the aggregate being the score. And just like that, the match ends. And we were destroyed on the counterattacks. Barcelona, they were trying their best to, in order to keep the possession and stuff, and try to keep the momentum, the mentality and everything. But unfortunately, we were just not good enough, and we got thumped by Real Madrid. Counter-attack brilliance from Ancelotti and his team. He knew that probably it won't be the best idea to play with the ball, so we might as well just give a counter-attack, attacks to them. And they basically, I would say probably out of 3 goals, 2 of them were just counter-attacks. One was penalty, and one was just brilliance from Modric and of course Rodrigo, Benzema as well. So 2 of them were counter-attacks, and not only those, but there were a couple of more opportunities which they were creating by counter-attacks. They just went with counter-attacks, and we were not having fast players. We were having very slow players. We had Roberto, Kessie, Alonso, 3 players, even Busquets. So you see, our midfield was filled with slow players. Our backline had 1 slow player. So we were filled with 4 players who were responsible for defending, our wall, to defending the goal. And Real Madrid, they saw that. They knew, we can outpace all of them. Let's have some superiority. Everyone outpaced, like Alonso, Roberto as well, like it happened in the second goal. Yeah, so we just got outpaced from Real Madrid's players, counter-attack. And they just did their brilliance. It's a brilliant tactic from Ancelotti. It's brilliance. And I think Barcelona, I would say they didn't, even though the second half went horrendous, but in first half, some players did well, which I would give some fair shouts to them, like Kessie. Kessie did really well in terms of holding the ball. He was good in progressing the attacks. He didn't lose the ball many times. He lost it very few times, and mostly uses physicality, which was good for our chance creations because we weren't losing the ball. We were trying to progress the attacks. Balde did very well in terms of crosses and stuff. There were 3-4 good crosses from Balde in that first half, which were the big opportunities for Barcelona. Gavi off the ball did good in terms of retaining the ball. On the ball, he was a little bit awful though. He wasn't able to get good passes and stuff. Many were getting, dispossessed by and just intercepted by Real Madrid. So on the ball, Gavi was a little bit awful. Then Rafinha was quite awful, to be honest. He was pocketed by Camavinga. Fair play to him. Today he did an amazing he had an amazing game today. You know, he just completely pocketed Rafinha, and Roberto maybe a little bit shouts, I guess, trying to get towards the box, you know, having those chances, but just wasn't clinical enough. He couldn't finish it, and so unfortunately we lost to Real Madrid. They did their brilliance, counter-attack brilliance, brilliant tactic from Ancelotti. He saw the weakness, which was pace in our team, and he absolutely capitalized on it. So fair play to Real Madrid. They will go against Osasuna on the final, and now we will focus on, of course, La Liga. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. What a thumping from Real Madrid. But you guys can thump that like button and subscribe button and also share button. You know, just share it to more people. We're trying to create a good community and stuff. And let me know from y'all, what do you guys think about this performance in the comments below. I will reply to y'all and stuff. And yeah, as always, Forza Barca and peace.